Hey, what is going on, guys? Donovan here. In today's video, I'm actually really excited because I'm showcasing the next mod for the RT, which is over there parked in the sun looking all pretty because I cleaned it earlier today. I've hinted at what the mod is on my Instagram, so if you guys aren't following my Instagram, I'm putting my username on the screen now, so make sure to go and follow there. I kind of give hints of what's coming next for the channel and the car. So in this video, I kind of want to showcase the next mod for the RT, and I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a math lesson on horsepower and torque, since those things can get a little confusing sometimes. I'm sure if you have a lot of experience with dynos, you know a lot of this stuff already, but I'm just kind of explaining it for the normal dude who does this as a hobby. So the new item is in that box there. As you can see, the box has seen better days. It looks like FedEx had their way with it. I opened it already just to see if the item was okay. We're good to go, and let's get into it. Okay, so really quick, a little math lesson about horsepower and torque. Since in this video, this mod is actually for broadening the mid-range power of my RT. Horsepower is a function of torque. That's why you see this f of x equals y, f of x equals torque. And what this means is basically you can derive the value of horsepower based off of how much torque the car is putting out. So this is the formula. It's pretty simple. And as you guys know, this is how dyno curves typically look, where this lower line that's growing almost linearly here is the horsepower line, and this broad line is the torque curve. Now, as you can see, the denominator of this one is 5,252, which is why you'll see these two lines intersect here. That's just a result of how these things are calculated. And then obviously, for the Hemi, you'll see peak horsepower a little bit after that number. So basically, this is the formula for torque. So dynos know the moment of inertia of the roller, and they can measure the angular acceleration of the roller, using sensors. So that's how they derive the torque that the motor is putting out. And from there, usually plugged into an OBD2 port, they're able to figure out what RPM the engine is operating at, and from there calculate horsepower. So the point of this mod is actually to broaden this torque curve in the mid-range area. And as a result, you'll actually end up increasing the horsepower for that same RPM, so it kind of works out pretty well. Unfortunately, this mod isn't great for top-end power, but I hear that it does make the car feel a little bit more responsive. So now that I gave you guys a little probably unwanted math lesson, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it is. So here it is, guys. I went ahead and picked up a intake manifold off of a 6.4 car. I'm not sure if it was a Charger or a Challenger. The person on Facebook didn't specify, but it's the same thing. Just the intake manifold off of the 6.4 cars. And he went ahead and sent me the fuel rails and 6.4 injectors along with it, which is nice. I'll see if I'm going to use those because I believe they're higher flowing. They have a higher volumetric / mass flow rate than the 5.7 injectors, so it might be good to install those. Of course, if you do end up using the 6.4 parts, or by 6.4 parts I mean injectors and fuel rails, you will end up needing a tune, but you do not need a tune if you use the 5.7 injectors and fuel rails, which you can do. That is an option. So yeah, this is the next mod for the RT, guys. I'm hoping to broaden that torque curve, give myself a little mid-range power. I'm going to go ahead and show some dyno results from another YouTuber who has done this mod, Build It RT. I'm sure you guys have seen his channel before. So I'm going to throw the clip on the screen now.
Picked up about 30 foot-pounds of torque and 20 horsepower to the wheel, 3,500.
So as you guys can see, he gained a significant amount of mid-range torque. He says that he lost some top-end power. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. I know the dyno suggests that that's the case, but that could also be due to, other environmental or atmospheric factors. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, that's a significant amount of power. As you guys know, this is a fairly involved install, not in terms of bolting it onto the car, but there are some, you know, wiring things that you have to do to get the active runners working properly, and I'm hoping to document those things for you guys nicely, since there are some videos on YouTube, but not all of them are super comprehensive, so I'm hoping to help you guys out with that in case you're interested in doing this. If you're curious on how much I paid for this mod, the dude on Facebook Marketplace only charged me $375, and I thought that was a pretty good deal given that it's in pretty good shape. He gave me the fuel rails and injectors with it. The injectors look like they need to be cleaned. I'm not completely sure how to do that, so I'll have to figure that out. 375 bucks. I'm probably going to end up shooting him a little bit more money on PayPal, since it sounds like he kind of got had by the shipping company. They charge him kind of a lot of money for some reason. Actually, the reason for that is this thing's pretty heavy. It's a thick boy. But yeah, in pretty good shape. I can honestly say it probably looks cleaner than the one that's in my car right now, so I was pretty happy about it. I'll probably shake the hell out of the thing to make sure that there aren't any particulate or particles or things in there obstructing the airflow. Another one of the benefits of this manifold is that it's a lot higher flowing than the 5.7 manifold. There's a YouTuber by the name of B Mason, and he makes some pretty good points about the 5.7 motors in general, but specifically the intake manifold. The 5.7 is FCA's kind of corporate motor, so they don't put too much effort into making sure that the airflow channels aren't obstructed and ported nicely. Obviously, they put a little more effort into making sure these things have good quality control, and I don't really know how else to word that. He just makes sure that these things are in better conditions than the one they put in their regular non-performance 5.7 motor. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in learning how to do this mod in the future. Hopefully I'll have it up in the next couple of weeks. I know that's kind of a broad timeline, but obviously I have to gather the other parts for it. There's like an RPM switch that you have to buy, and a couple other little goodies, so I'll make sure to compile those things so you guys know what to get as well if you're interested in doing this mod. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're interested, click that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.